So today I'll be breaking down the second loss I took last week, which was on dollar yen. If you didn't watch yesterday's nugget, I suggest you do because it may give you some context around challenges I'm having with characterizing my intraday range. Welcome back to the Daily Nugget. It's day 144 of 365. So again, on the 4 hour, the daily was bearish, but I was still seeing price correct higher. So on the daily, we had swept, this old high here, and we had just fallen short of this daily order block. So 4 hour structure was clearly bullish here, which, from yesterday's video, it's night and day because I was very corrective and we had to use discretion. Here you can see structure is bullish. It obviously was then just in that high time frame area, so could have reversed at any point. We could have made that decision mechanically that, it's bullish, we're looking for longs. We came down lower, we had gapped up at the open, and so most USD pairs had closed that gap. But I was looking at the range and where price had corrected to at that point and was identifying longs for price to continue to the upside. So when we get down to the 1 hour, this is where it becomes a bit trickier because as you can see, we had started, trending to the downside, and maybe that should have been the indication that for the moment the range is bearish, and until we get a break higher and then a reversal, I should be risk off and then only look to take that continuation to the upside. But I guess the argument with this trade was also that we had such an impulsive break to the upside. There was no real shift of structure within that range. And, going back to some previous videos, I've said when price does this, you can sell, that 1 hour range, but be mindful that you may just be getting a deeper correction before price ultimately continues. And so I think that's where there's a bit of a dilemma with this position in that, was the 4 hour, even though the 4 hour and the 1 hour weren't aligned, my intraday was still technically bullish. And so, was just a question of I should have waited for a bit more confirmation because, I took the aggressive entry after the 15-minute time-based liquidity sweep. But yeah, this didn't really hold. Price stopped me out sometime over Asian session. And so I kind of need to resolve this confusion ASAP because I guess the dilemma is my intraday range incorporates the 4 hour and the 1 hour, but does that mean that I need the 4 hour and the 1 hour to be in alignment to take a trade? My only worry is that there are certain positions where price is trading in a really good area on the 4 hour and, we've corrected, for part of the week, and the 1 hour may not have shifted yet, but we're in the right area and we can get adequate stop protection. And so sometimes when the trade does come in and structure shifts, then we get a very impulsive move, and it's sometimes hard to catch or jump into the trade once that momentum's come